And about me, I have about 10 years of IT experience. Initially, I started my career as a C developer and then turned into Sun Solaris system administration. Not sure how I turned into this data warehouse Cognos. From past 6 years onwards, I am working on this Cognos tool only. Okay, so far I completed seven projects and worked with different clients like Johnson Johnson, Unicorn HRO, and GSK, and now I am working. Okay, about the teaching wise, already I crossed almost 150 batches, and I have a plenty of experience in that teaching the Cognos. Okay, any questions about myself? All of you are able to see my screen, right?
Yes. That's
Okay. Any idea about data warehouse? All of you people, Mohit, Nomi, Sandeep.
well, we do have some idea about data warehousing, but we don't have any extensive knowledge. I don't have any extensive knowledge about that.
Okay, well, because data warehouse, this is somewhat different. Okay, let me explain in my way what is a data warehouse like that. Okay. Actually, in another half an hour, I need to start my regular batch. That's why let me try to explain something in this half an hour itself, and we'll meet tomorrow for one more session. Okay, we have something like so far we have something like DBMS. We're implementing new features, that is RDBMS. ORDBMS. What all are these first of all?
Database management system.
Yeah, Nomi, you are saying something. All these are DBMS, database management system, relational, and this is object oriented relational, right? Orally, all these are methodologies to maintain data on top of a database. Okay, all these are methodologies to maintain data on top of a database. If you want to store some data in a database, either you need to go for DBMS or DBMS or ORDBMS, right? Like that, all these are strategies to maintain data on top of a database. You can implement all these methodologies in almost all database products. You can implement DBMS or DBMS, ORDBMS in Oracle, DB2, Teradata, Netezza, even in MySQL. Anywhere it may be, you can apply all these methodologies to store, to maintain data, to keep the data in a database. Like that, we have some other technology, that is data warehouse. Data warehouse, this is also a methodology like these traditional management systems. This data warehouse is also just a strategy only. You can implement this data warehouse on top of any database. Oracle, DB2, Teradata, like that. You can apply this data warehouse in any database. Even in MySQL also you can implement data warehouse. Then I am saying all these are methodologies. Data warehouse is also a methodology to store the data on top of a database. Then how it differs, how these two differs. Let me explain. I am taking one example, a simple example. In a company, employee table is there. In that one record, employee number 101, and his name X. Now his location is US. Say we are paying $2,000 for him as salary. Otherwise, they take $10,000 as salary. Okay. After some years or some time, shifted him into our Australia branch. Then how this record is going to change, or what are the SQL statement we are going to issue here? Any one of you, please? Is it update, delete, insert? Which type of statement?
I think you can update from US to Australia.
It's update.
Yep. Yes. So this US is going to change as something like Australia. Salary increases by 5,000, like this, right? Updation like this is the process where we are following in these methodologies. Whereas in data warehouse, don't update any record. Keep the record as it is and insert one more record with the updated information. Keep this record as it is, don't update it. insert one more record with updated information 101X, and now his location is Australia, paying 15,000. After some years, some time, shifted into our UK branch. Now 20,000, and then shifted into some other country like say Japan. Now we are paying 25,000 rupees for him. Like this, the thing is, we are not updating anything. We are inserting, keep on going, insert like that. Don't update any record or don't delete any record. This is the methodology, this is the strategy what we are following in this data warehouse. Okay, any questions here? Overall, what here we are doing is we are maintaining the history of this employee. What is the use if I maintain like this? Now I can analyze the things. If I want to, I can analyze the things like how much I am spending more on his salary. At the time of years, initially we paid 10,000. Now paying 25,000 means we are spending 15,000 more on his salary. Like that, we can do the analysis, right? As you told, if we are updating the records at the final, this is only the record which is going to be there in our database. In this case, if I want to do analysis, is it possible? No, not possible. That is why we are maintaining history like this for analysis in data warehouse. The main concept of data warehouse is maintaining history like this for analysis. If analysis is not required, then no need to maintain history, no need to construct a data warehouse. Okay, this is the case with only one employee. Okay, the main concept of data warehouse is maintaining history like this for analysis. Assume we are maintaining all our enterprise data like this. I mean, first of all, procurement, production, sales, marketing, sales, HR, public relations, like that. If I maintain all my enterprise data like this, then I can analyze what is going there in my business, right? By analyzing this type of historical information, I can take better decisions for my company growth. So overall, the main concept of data warehouse is maintaining history for analysis. And here what I'm saying is, don't update anything, insert like that. If you maintain all your enterprise data, here continuously we are doing insertions only, no updation, no deletion. So the database size grows rapidly. After 5 years, after 10 years, after 15, 20 years, the database, it may contain terabytes, sometimes petabytes of data, because we are not updating anything, we are not deleting anything there. Got it? Okay, this data warehouse, as I told you, we can implement this data warehouse on top of any database, no doubt. I mean, you can implement in MySQL, MS SQL Server, Oracle, Teradata, Netezza, like that. Anywhere it may be, you can apply this data warehouse, you can implement this data warehouse. But some practical problems are there. As we are discussing, this data warehouse, it may contain terabytes and sometimes petabytes also. So the database product should give bulk data storage. Say for example, if you try to implement this in MySQL, what is the size limitation of MySQL? Any idea? 4 GB. Yes, it is not possible to create any database which exceeds 4 GB in MySQL. But here what I am saying is, it may contain terabytes, petabytes of data. In my case, I worked in a database which is having 750 petabytes in the size. 750 petabytes. Just assume how big the database is for AT&T. Okay. Of course, in not all cases. Anyhow, in small databases also it contains bulk data only, not even GBs kind of thing. So the database server should provide bulk data storage. So implementing in MySQL, it is not possible. Okay, like that. Being here, we are having bulk data. If your database product, if it is having single channel to access the data, I mean to read or to write from the database, here being it is having bulk data, if we have a single channel only to access the data, I mean to write into the database or to read from the database, if we have single channel, then the processing goes down. So the database product should support multi-processing capabilities, so we can access the data in a better manner. Okay, like that, the database product needs to give multi-processing capabilities and bulk data support should be there. That is why most of the times the preferable database for data warehouse is Oracle or Teradata. Okay, almost all implementations are there in DB2. Okay, nowadays people are using Oracle or Teradata, and the coming feature will be Netezza. Okay, why? Because it is more faster than even Teradata. Okay, any questions here? Orally, the conclusion is the main concept of data warehouse is maintaining like this for analysis, maintaining history like this for analysis. Any questions? Orally, the thing is main concept of data warehouse is maintaining history like this for analysis. I'll give you a overview kind of thing in data warehouse. Okay, overview kind of thing in data warehouse. Of course, in data warehouse, multiple tasks are there. This total thing is not only our area. Multiple technologies are there. Just try to understand what I am explaining. You need not to have any expertizations here, but you need to know how the data warehouse will be constructed. Okay, take any company like Johnson & Johnson. It is having multiple departments like R&D, sales, and public relations. Assume like that. For R&D, they are using Oracle as database. For sales, they are using MS SQL Server. For public relations, they are using MySQL. Like that, they are using heterogeneous databases throughout their organization. They are not using the same database for all their departments. They are using heterogeneous. Why? Why like that? Any idea?
It depends upon the kind of database they need. R&D department, they need more database.
Yes, size. Yeah, as you are saying, the size and the security
And
features like that, right?
Security and the speed to access the data.
Yep, everything depends on their requirement and licensing issues. I mean, price, right? Okay, here in this R&D, by spending crores of dollars, the result of the R&D is there in that department. They need to maintain high security there, right? They need to maintain high security. Okay, and I mean the data whatever there in this R&D, it is not supposed to be leaked. They need to maintain high security. Okay, and they need to maintain not only successful R&Ds, they need to maintain failed R&Ds. Why? Because these are the lessons learned kind of thing, failed R&Ds. So they need to maintain failed R&Ds also. So bulk data is there in the department. When compared to other database products like Oracle, MS SQL Server, and MySQL, Oracle can give you bulk data support and high security in a better manner. That is why they are using Oracle here. Of course, it is costly, even though they need to use Oracle only there. The requirement is like that. In sales, the data volume somewhat less, and the security data sensitivity, I mean security requirement is also somewhat less. That's why they are using MS SQL Server here. This is enough for their requirements. Somewhere, this is enough for their requirements. And here, this is public relations, a generic kind of database, just customer addresses, distributor addresses, like that. The data volume is also less, and security is also less. That is why they are using MySQL here, open source. Like that, depending on their requirement and licensing issues, they are using heterogeneous databases here. Okay, here for public relation also, if they want to use Oracle, yes, definitely they can use. No one stops them, but not that much requirement is there. Why unnecessarily they need to pay money for Oracle operation like that? Depending on their requirements and the licensing issues, they are using heterogeneous databases here. Okay, individual databases, these are called as ODS, operational data source. Okay, all of them together, the total thing is called as operational source system. Operational source system. The total thing is source for the data warehouse. Okay, now extract the data from this source system and place the data in a database called staging database, temporary database staging, and apply some transformations. Once again I am repeating the total thing. This is not our task. That is why don't try to get more details here. You need to know what is what. That is enough. Okay. Apply transformations on top of the database, on top of data what you placed into this staging database. Transformations, we have different transformations like cleansing, scrubbing, tuning, lookup, filter, like that. We have multiple transformations. The count is different from product to product. In Informatica, those are about 18. In data stage, about 35. In SSIS, in SS, those are about 45. Like that, the count differs from product to product. Orally, what is a transformation? Transformation is a process. Through the process, we can get the required information from the existing information. Are you following me? The participants Mayank, Mohit, Naomi, Sandeep. Okay, please feel free to ask questions. Please feel free to ask questions. Okay, the transformations, I will give you some example for a transformation. See, assume a bank account number 101 on a particular day, say January 1st, 2012. In this bank account number 101, multiple transactions are there. His opening balance is this much, and then from multiple transactions are there in this bank account on a particular day, for example, January 1st, 2012. Okay, as a bank manager, for me, for my analysis, all these records not required for me. For my analysis, this information is enough. Total deposits and total withdrawals. Okay, as per my policy, my analysis policy, this information is enough for my analysis. So I need not to maintain all these things for my analysis, right? If you maintain this information, that is more than enough for my analysis. My policy is like that. Then in this case, if you want to get total deposits and total withdrawals, here we need to perform some calculations like summation of all deposits and summation of all withdrawals. That type of things are called as transformations. Okay, orally, transformation means getting the required information which is useful for analysis from the existing information. Okay. After applying transformations, load the data into data warehouse. How we are maintaining here? January 1st, 2012, account number 101. Total deposits how much? Total withdrawal how much? That's it. Don't update the record. Don't delete the record. For January 2nd, insert one more record. January 2nd, 2012, account number 101. Total deposits, total withdrawals. Like that, January 3rd, account number 101. Insert. Keep on insert. Okay. Is this clear?
Yes.
Okay, we are loading the data into this data warehouse. This process, extraction, transformations, and load, this process is called as ETL process. Okay, for ETL, we have different tools like Informatica, Data Stage, Data Manager, SSIS. Of course, some other tools also there. At least we have a couple of multiple tools there. Okay, if you want to know in detail knowledge about the ETL process, then it is better go for Informatica. Of course, all these are not our topics. Okay, it is better go for Informatica. So it gives you a better understanding about ETL process. Data Stage, yes, it is also a good tool, no doubt, and widely used tool nowadays, no doubt. But if you want to learn ETL concepts thoroughly, this is not the right one when compared to Informatica, because encapsulation is more in this data stage. Tool will take care about everything. Your task will be somewhat less. So if you want to learn ETL, then it is better go for Informatica. And about this data manager, 4.5 years back, a company is there named Cognos Corporation. Cognos Corporation, it is having multiple products. One of their products for ETL is data manager. I mean, orally this data manager, this is a Cognos product for ETL. Okay, but technically this is very strong, no doubt, but marketing wise or commercials wise, a few clients are using this data manager for their ETL needs. Okay, technically it is very strong, no doubt. That is why Boeing is using this, Johnson & Johnson using this, Infor is using this, like that. The large clients are using this, but a few clients are using data manager for their ETL needs. Okay, the data loaded into this data warehouse by using this ETL process, as we are saying, tons of data loaded into data warehouse. Say for example like this, by totally all this stuff. why we are doing ETL and why we are loading into data warehouse? Anyone please? For analysis only, right? Yeah, basically for analysis only we are maintaining all this stuff. Say for example, now a sales manager asked me for some analysis about his sales staff. Otherwise, my marketing manager asked me about some information about the marketing. Then, if I say, boss, tons of data loaded into the data warehouse, I am giving you the access rights on those tables, write your own SQL, analyze yourself. If I say like that, is it possible with him? No, no way. Those are business users, not technical users. They don't know how to write SQL. They don't know how to get the required information from the database. If you ask them about the company policies, consumer trends, government policies, gross profit, net profit, if you talk like that, they'll give you replies on fingertips. That why? Because that is their area. They don't know how to write SQL here. So it is not possible with them to analyze on their own. So overall loading the tons of data loaded into data warehouse, we can say that is useless, right? Instead of doing like that, if I prepare some type of charts by displaying, see, these are the top 5 revenue generating employees in our company in Europe region. Otherwise, these are the top 10 products which are moving very good in Asia Pacific. These are the least 5 moving products which are not that much moving in say US. Otherwise, these are the products when compared to last year. These are the products sales somewhat less. Like that, if I display the information in a graph or in a chart in an organized manner, by seeing that itself they can do their own analysis, right? Got it?
Yes.
Yeah.
For that, we have one more area here, that is reporting. Through ETL process, through extraction, transformations, load, through this ETL process, we are loading the data into data warehouse. The data loaded into data warehouse, it is not possible direct to the users directly, to do analysis directly. For that, we have one more area, that is reporting area. Okay, so from this reporting, we are going to prepare some sort of reports based on the data that already loaded into this data warehouse. From this reporting perspective, we are not going to insert anything, we are not going to delete anything in the data warehouse. The data loaded through ETL process, the data is already available there. Based on the data, by display, by aggregating the data or consolidating the data by applying filters there, we are going to display reports based on the data whatever there in data warehouse. For that, this is reporting area. We are going to learn this Cognos BI, one of the reporting tools. We'll continue from here in the next session, in tomorrow's session. Why? Because I need to start my regular class. Already 4 minutes delay is there. So let us stop here for today. We will meet tomorrow same time and we will discuss about the remaining topics.
Okay.
Is it okay? Thank you all. Thank you, Sripati. Okay, here Teja, Sandeep, Nomi, Mohit, Mayank. Thank you all.
Bye.
Let us stop
Thank
here.
you. Yeah.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye bye. Bye.